Hey, Strobes.
What's up, man?
Thanks for joining me.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me.
So how's MFF been so far? I know it's only Thursday morning,
Yeah,
but
got up early enough today.
yeah,
Went to bed later than I thought I would, but for good reason. I was having a good time with some friends.
that's good.
So got in not too late. A little bit of a late night, early morning. All is going well. I haven't lost any limbs yet.
It's important.
Kind of a little disappointed,
Oh,
but there's plenty of time.
yeah.
I'll make up for it.
You still got a few days.
Yeah, a couple days.
Yeah. So, obviously I brought you here because you're a pretty good dancer, I'd say. And so, first obvious question I wanted to ask is, how did you first get interested in dancing?
I think I was always pretty interested in dancing. I just didn't really realize it until I saw dancers in person. I remember when I got to college and stuff, I would sometimes see like dance videos on YouTube, and I didn't really know anything about dance. I just thought it was cool.
Yeah.
And eventually, I went to my first convention, Anthrocon 2011, and one of my friends, Cotto Wolf, who went to the same college as me, Penn State, was going to compete in a fursuit dance competition. And I was like, oh yeah, I've seen videos of that before. Like, is it okay if I come and see tryouts? And I saw it, and suddenly it kind of seemed a lot more attainable. Because I think when you look at YouTube, it's like, amazing dance video. And it's some guy or girl who's like, seemingly impossibly good. Like, they're so good, you have no way to even fathom ever getting there from square one. And there I kind of saw people who were in so many different stages of being a dancer and discovering themselves through dance that I was like, I think I could maybe do this. I want to try that. I remember specifically thinking to myself, I kind of want to try that.
Yeah.
So I did. I gave it the old shot.
How'd your first one go?
Oh gosh, my first fursuit dance comp was Fur Fright 2012. I wore one of Gail's partials, an old partial of her character Nexus. Her full. Yeah, that was her first character.
Yeah.
And she let me wear it, and I didn't even have feet paws on, but I was just so happy that I was able to compete. And nervous beyond recognition, but it was worth it. And I did it. And here I am.
Yeah. I can definitely identify with that. My first dance comp was actually, or first competing was Furthermore, and I did Floor Wars, and there were so many people they decided to do partners.
Okay.
And
just randomly?
Yeah. Well, they were basically just like, hey, find a partner 2 weeks before the con or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I was super excited because I was like, oh, I've watched all these amazing people, and like I feel like I can do that, and it didn't go very well.
It didn't go very well?
No.
You don't think so?
So I think it might have been the anxiety, but like it hit. I got out there and I just kind of did some little things that I had been practicing at home, and like as soon as I walked off the stage, I was like,
you're like, oh, the crowd wasn't feeling that.
Yeah, I mean, they were pretty lively. They were good audience, but
okay.
I didn't feel too good about mine, but from continuing to watch, people like you and other dancers, I was like, I gotta keep going.
Yeah, it's worth it. I think sometimes you there's this like initial hump kind of that I tell people that you kind of have to get over, where you're learning, but you haven't really gotten any of the techniques down yet, and you're not really seeing like a ton of improvement. And then when you first do something and you're like, I did it right, and then you look at it and it's rough, it's really jagged, or like sketched. It's like a sketch almost. It's really rough looking, but you can see where the outline is going.
Yeah. And
you're like, I did it. Like, and that's like the first hump you have to get over. Because once you do that, you're like, oh my God, I can do this.
Yeah, definitely.
Really. And then, and then it all goes from there. How far it goes depends on you.
And I think that was before, I think that might have been before I met you back at A&E for the dance class, or
Maybe.
it was around the same time I think, but yeah, I just it takes a lot of work to get to where you want to be. And
Oh, yeah.
And that floor wars made me realize that. Is that like I was watching people and I feel like I can do that, get out there. Oh, maybe this is a little bit harder than I thought.
Yeah, it always is. It always is. Because I mean, it's one of those kind of like hold my beer moments.
Yeah.
Honestly, where you're like, oh, I could do that. I could do that. I see that fancy footwork. I could do that, and you try, and then you like almost fall over. You're like, maybe I need to practice a little bit. Dang, you know, dance is definitely an art form that can humble you pretty quickly.
Definitely.
So
speaking of humbling,
okay.
So you have actually competed in not just furry dance comps, but you've competed in like against like professionals. Isn't that right?
I have competed against some professionals. Yeah, and specifically there is an event in Boston called Overdrive, spelled OVRDRV, and it's held every year by Boston University, I believe, and it's in the city, and there's an all-styles division and a b-boy division, and about 70 people try out for each, and everyone there is good.
Yeah.
Like there's no, because I mean, I guess like if you compare it to a furry dance comp, there are often going to be people who are like very much a beginner, and then some people who are a little more seasoned. Basically, everyone there is like seasoned to some degree.
Yeah.
So like they have some stuff, and you can tell that just from looking around the room. So.
Is that just because those are the kind of people that show up, or do they actually have any kind of prerequisites? Do you know?
No prereq, but those are the people who show up. I know some people who I have told, like other furries, and I'm like, you know, if you want to do this, like I definitely would encourage you to try out, because I think even just trying out in that sort of atmosphere is a really good thing to help you grow and help you understand a little bit more about the dance culture.
Yeah.
So it's a win in some measure.
Yeah.
And some other furries have been like, I don't want to do it. I'm not ready.
Yeah.
I'm like,
and I guess it depends on how serious you want to take it, because some people,
true.
It's more just like just a casual hobby. Some people I know are definitely really into it, and you know I see people all the time on like Twitter and stuff. They'll post like their workout and videos and stuff of them dancing.
Yep. Here's my practice from August 12th.
Yeah.
3:52 p.m. Like, I know what you mean. I've definitely seen it. So, I get scared to post stuff on Twitter.
Yeah.
Honestly, because of copyright. I know a friend of mine had his Twitter account like deleted basically, and it took him a while to get back.
That was a huge thing I remember on Twitter.
Yeah. And I immediately went and I deleted all of my little practice videos that I had uploaded. I didn't even, I don't really post that many of them anyway, but I immediately got rid of them.
Yeah, I know once before I watched one of your live streams on Twitter.
I think I did that one time.
Yeah,
I was on Periscope. Yeah, and I was just kind of like messing around, doing some stuff. I can't be too loud at my apartment. That's why.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. If I was periscoping at the gym, then it would be a little crazier probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I can jump.
You can be a little more crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I have that whole yoga room to myself.
Yeah.
If I want to.
Okay. Oh, so I remember I think you posted about this on Twitter, but it had been one of your biggest goals to win both Floor Wars and Dance Comp at a convention, and you did that back in Anthrocon.
I did. Yeah. I finally did it. And honestly, I think I was most happy that because my little brother and his wife had been attending the convention, and I was I just wanted them to be able to see me compete.
Yeah.
And Floor Wars obviously went super well. Even had like the extra I don't know if I wouldn't say anxiety, the extra excitement of like an overtime round.
Yeah.
An extra round that we had to do.
It was really best of the best.
Yeah. So, tough battle, tough win, but pulled it out. And then the dance comp, I was just like, I just really like the song. I just want to dance to the song.
Well,
and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think that came through in your dance.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought, it's good that you think that, because up there I was just kind of like, well, I'm just doing my thing. That sort of thing.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. Go ahead. I wasn't gonna continue,
Yeah.
but I just got, you just go up there and do your thing, and you don't really know exactly what to think until you see it back. So that's about it.
Yeah, for me, Anthrocon, I tried out for Floor Wars, but I didn't make it.
I see.
But it was something that I was like, I need to do this just for also the experience.
Yeah.
It was good to just get out there and try out, and then I wasn't able to watch Floor Wars live, but I will watch it on the TV. But I did see the dance comp live, and watching you, Teriyaki, and like Darky Pup and like all these people that I've been like watching on YouTube since I got into the fandom, because furry dancing is what brought me into the fandom.
Right. Yeah.
I actually like teared up, like just watching you guys all perform. I was just like, this is legit like what I've been like waiting for since I got into the fandom a year ago, like over a year ago now. I was like being able to see these people live.
Right.
Was
Yeah.
so different. And just
it is, and it's so much more energy. Like the YouTube videos don't do it justice at all. And when you see it live, you're like, oh, that was so tight.
Yeah.
Like, and everything looks better. Everything looks like 1,000 times better than like when you see it live.
You don't have to worry about buffering.
Yeah, exactly. And like Barton, your videos are amazing, but it's better live. Sorry. Yeah. I don't make the rules.
I love Barton. I've commented many times towards Barton. Just give him a shout out because he's watching his videos was how I got into the fandom, because I think I just got a random recommendation and started watching them. Yeah, so he's a big reason that helped pull me in, and so I have a lot of thanks to Barton. But yeah,
you hear that, BB? We're thanking you. Keep doing your magic.
But Minty can attest to this, that like even when we're watching the live streams, I'm you know, kind of like a stereotypical like college football or NFL football fan.
Yeah.
That's me.
Oh
sitting
yeah.
At home, and I'm just like
yelling.
Yeah, look at that! Did you see that? Oh my God, we gotta go back.
Oh man.
I love
DirecTV. Rewind it.
Yeah, I just love dancing. The fursuits also just add an extra flavor to it.
Oh yeah, like, for sure.
It's just something that you can't really find anywhere else.
Yeah, no, it's true, and you know, like I don't know, it's silly, and it enables you to be more expressive, and in some ways, it kind of forces you to have to be more expressive.
Yeah.
You know, if you're at least cognizant at all.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because like I always say, like if you're say like a very robotic, technical kind of dancer, then making that transition can be really hard, because if you just do your regular stuff, you're kind of just like staring into space as you're tutting or roboting or something. So you know, you have to find additional ways, maybe to like do something with the head at the end of every movement, or you know,
a lot
so
of
we
people
gotta
bring up like
find
sass.
some way to work it out. Yeah, or yeah, you could be sassy.
Add that little extra flavor to what you're doing.
Like a sassy pink robot.
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah, work it out. There's got to be a name for that.
Sassy pink.
Sassy pink robot.
Mm.
That's your vibe. That's like a prompt that you would give a dancer. Like you give a writer a prompt, you just give a dancer like you're a sassy pink robot. Go.
That would be.
That's a good one, actually. Yeah.
That actually be interesting to see somebody do something like that, where you just give dancers a prompt and some like music, and then they have to incorporate that into the dance.
Yeah. I have done that before, actually. I took a class from one of the judges of the Overdrive event, and she did that during her class the next day.
That's cool.
Yeah. She actually blindfolded you too.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And she was like, I want you to express this with your dance. She just like give you something.
That is definitely where it sounds like dance truly becomes like an art form. You're really putting your personality into the dance. You're not just executing moves, but you're also putting yourself into it.
Well, yeah, for sure. And I think like even in just doing moves, you're kind of putting yourself into it. But when there's like dancers sometimes refer to it as like a sit, a ride, and a freak. A sit is like a basic two-step variation or something like that you can just sit in that. You don't even really have to think about it. You just sit in it. You can do it all day.
Yeah.
And then a ride, like you kind of, you go from a sit to a ride, where like then you start to experiment a little bit, and then you go into your freak, which is, you know, the music kind of totally takes hold, and you freak with it.
Yeah.
So it's like you kind of amp it up that way. And sometimes when you're in your freak or whatever, just the weirdest shit comes out. You know, that's the drop, basically. That's like the dubstep drop of your dance when you're doing that.
Yeah, it really gets like yourself and the crowd going.
Oh yeah. You know, it's like everything gets amped up a little bit.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So in your opinion, what would you say the furry dance community means to you?
Oh boy. That's a big question. I think maybe maybe the best decision I ever made was trying out for Floor Wars when I didn't know anybody.
Mm-hmm.
It was at AC 2012, and I constantly look back at that and think, I have no idea what my life would be like if I hadn't done that, because that was how I met so many dance friends. It was eventually how I met Gail.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, dancing and Gail are two of the most important things to me in my entire life. So, you know, what I wouldn't necessarily say that I owe the dancer for community my life, but it's made probably a bigger impact on it than anything that I can really think about. So it's massive.
Yeah.
You know, it's massive to me, and what it's given me and what it's taught me. It's very difficult for me to fathom what my life would be like without it, essentially.
Yeah, I think I can identify with that, because even the dance for community, for me, like, it brought me into the furry fandom at large, but like, it's also given me so many other opportunities, and I've made so many more friends and stuff, and it's it helps give me a drive to work on something that, you know, I can do anytime, all the time, and it adds like a positivity to my life.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty. It gets you used to so many different things. Like it teaches you have to be able to embrace failure
Mm-hmm.
as a part of learning. You have to get used to vulnerability. You have to get used to trying to connect with a crowd and how to reach other people. And I think those types of things are skills that anyone can develop, or ideas that anyone should think about and embrace in their own life, because it's so integral to just growing as a person. Yeah. And I'm a huge self-growth, self-improvement junkie as is.
And I think that's why it's amazing too that there's so many young furs that are getting into it as well.
Yeah, big time, right?
Yeah.
Like 12-year-olds, and they're like, oh yeah, I can do a 6-step, and they're just like banging out in front of you. You're like, damn, like, what was I doing when I was 12? Nothing. Playing Zelda.
Oh my god.
That's what I was doing.
Hey, as long as you're enjoying whatever you're doing.
I know, right? Yeah.
That's what I always say.
Playing basketball in my driveway, probably. Yeah.
But hey, thank you so much for coming on and doing
this. For sure. No problem.
To end this off, I want to do a little something that Strobes agreed to do. Since you've judged before.
Oh God, I agreed to do it, didn't I? Damn it.
He's gonna watch, because you probably haven't seen it before. He's gonna watch my dance comp performance from back at FA United that I got third place in, but we'll see.
Okay. So this was this year,
yes,
correct? Okay.
Yes, that was this year.
I'm so bad. I don't even remember exactly when FAU is.
I think FAU was in early October or April, like September, I think.
Do you remember?
I don't.
Okay. Yeah.
It was sometime a few months ago.
No, that's all right. Yeah, let's see this video.
All right.
Here we are.
Here we are.
Here we are. Is it vertical?
Yes.
That's what we're doing?
Yeah, it's a vertical video.
You could say a vertical video. Gail would love this. Oh my god. Gail loves this song so much. Okay. I didn't expect that.
Yeah, I just randomly chose this song because I wanted to do something that wasn't super serious.
That squat is like a good pose for you. You like that squat for transition. Okay, alright.
This is actually the first time I'm
energy.
watching.
Yeah?
The first time I'm watching.
I like the energy transition there.
Yeah.
That Daft Punk track is such a good song too.
Yeah. There was definitely a certain part of this where I started like running out of unique moves to run.
You usually do.
Yeah.
You usually do. Like you just start to use variations and stuff. Wow. You definitely placed for that. You said you placed for that, right?
Yeah, I got there.
Okay, I was gonna say you definitely placed for that. That was pretty good. That was your first one?
That was my first dance comp. Yes.
Your first dance comp
yeah,
ever?
I did that one floor where
that was better than my first dance comp, honestly. For sure.
That was also though after like a few months of practicing and noodling around.
Yeah. I mean, I had also been practicing for a few months, but that was more entertaining, I think, than my first one.
What would you rate it on a scale 1 to 5 or 1 to 10?
What would you consider a 5? Is a 5 average?
So yeah, 5 would be average.
What am I judging it against?
Just like if you were watching, like if you were judging for a dance comp.
If I were judging that in this dance comp, I'd probably put you at about a 5 or 6.
Okay.
But that was your first one.
Yeah.
So and that's pretty good for a first one.
Yeah.
For sure. But I'm also when I judge these things, if they give me a scoring scale, I keep in mind judge harshly.
Yeah.
Like if it's a 10, they need to be good. Like you can't just be like, oh, yeah, they were really entertaining. 10, I guess.
Yeah.
Like no, a 10 is not a guess. A 10 is like a yeah, they wowed me.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. So and even when you're trying to decide, like if I'm judging a prelim or something, I'm like, grade them harshly because you want there to be a disparity in the scores.
Yeah.
Because that makes it a lot easier when you're trying to judge relative to one another. So I'd probably put you at about like a 5.5 or so.
Okay.
5, 6.
I'd say that's pretty good for my first dance comp.
I would be pretty happy with that
Yeah.
for sure. Because like I said, you definitely worked it out with the energy. You had good transitions. You like that squat pose.
Yeah.
And that's not a bad thing at all because it's very dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
I think different ways to transition in and out would be nice. Like if you kind of worked with that a little more and did a little more, maybe like did some floor work on your knees or something from there, that would have like really changed it up.
Yeah, I went to the ground at one point and I was kind of thinking about doing that, but
that was actually pretty. Yeah, that caught me by surprise. I like that.
But
that was a highlight.
One of my big things I keep in my mind is levels because I've heard that a lot. So I try to hit levels.
Everybody's thinking of Avicii out there.
Yeah.
Gotta keep those levels in mind, folks.
Yeah.
Keep in mind your levels.
All right. Well, thanks so much, Strobes.
Yeah, no problem, man. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
This was awesome. This was my first interview for the con. I think it went well, and I appreciate you very much.
Interview, you could say.
I could. Anyways, I guess I'll see you all in the next one.
Another one.
Bye.
Meow.